YouTube, we got a really good unboxing today. A bunch of Rolexes with market updates with Adrian.
You had a stroke there for a second.
I didn't have a stroke.
Relax,
and we got a big ass Richard Mille, special Patek.
Blast from the past AP.
A blast from the past AP. Yeah, I like that one, so stay tuned. Let's do this. Everybody on? Everybody live?
Begin.
White sleeve beige boxes, green boxes actually. Sea-Dweller,
yes.
white.
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yes.
What do we got on?
Well, I think this is the 7th one we've had in like 2 weeks. It's a raining white Sea-Dweller.
How much more can you say about the white Sea-Dweller besides the fact that they're the #2 seller from Rolex?
Arguable.
How about?
But it is the most complicated Rolex on the market, and it's a great value because it can be purchased damn near around MSRP now.
Really, the white and the black, they've come down that much?
Well, they've come back, but there is an uptick in the market. China is opening up, and there are dealers that are buying.
No, China opened up with a vengeance. Second most popular selling Rolex?
Second most popular selling Rolex, yeah, behind the Daytona. The Rolex
Where are these
Submariner.
at?
Right now, these are at the 15.5 price point.
So still a good 30% over MSRP,
Yes.
35% over
or more.
MSRP.
What are you talking about? MSRP is like
10 grand?
10 grand.
Right,
That's
so
50%.
15,000.
That's 50%.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. Speaking of which, a watch that I initially didn't really like, but then it kind of grew on me.
Love it.
And the reason I didn't like it originally is because I felt that the colorful bezel took away from the beautiful Meteorite dial.
Or you probably felt that it just wasn't worth it at 120,000 at the peak.
Probably that too. Where's it at now?
Right now, it's chopped in half.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
60,
like that.
65
Yeah,
grand.
yeah.
What's the retail?
But again, this watch, guys, like from an allocation standpoint, it's one of the rarest Rolexes that you can get at your local
Well,
AD.
they're running out of that Meteorite, so it's
Literally.
like. Moving on.
Big Rolex boxes.
JC. What do you got on JC today?
Listen, I've said it many, many, many times before that I think the JC dial is the prettiest dial that Rolex makes, period, on a stainless
Unless you
steel
go
watch.
back, I mean, to some of the vintage stuff like the
So
V8.
talk about current modern Rolex. JC dial, if they can replicate that, which they never will because it's synonymous with that watch, on a regular Submariner,
How about a Daytona?
no.
No.
Don't touch the Daytona has to stay
Daytona.
just Daytona, you know?
Yay or nay on the 50mm behemoth?
That's a nay for me, man.
Really? That's a big yay for
Listen,
me.
that would be a yay for me if I could get it at list, knowing
But the list is 27,000.
knowing that if they do a very short production run and I just throw it away in the safe for 20 years and then resell it, then it's a yay.
Who's got that kind of time?
Huh?
Who's got that kind of time?
People got that type of time.
The rose gold Daytona.
Why don't we just unbox these two at the same time because it's like relatively
Which
the
two?
same watch.
That's an AP. While he's going there, Rolex Daytona.
You got the-
hold on. Ever Rose. Let's call it the right name. I love how some of these companies come up with it. It could just be rose gold.
Or pink gold.
Whatever you
Anyway,
want to
so
call
I'm pulling this out because I figured we could kill two birds with one stone. So we have the two gold standard chronographs from two of the most popular brands in the world, AP and Rolex. My question is which one do you guys go for? The 41mm 26320R or the rose gold Daytona?
YouTube comment below. I'll wait Instagram.
These rose golds are fetching over 50K.
Yeah,
in
and
a brand new condition.
not too long ago they were hovering at 80, 85.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so they did take
For
a
a
dip.
black dial, not
But
so
same,
much a chocolate
let's
dial.
say same happened with this.
Same thing happened with that.
So where are these around 80 now?
Yeah.
All right, so these are around 80. They were $125, $120.
Black dial never got to 125, but it was over 100,000.
It was over 100,000. Well, you know which one I prefer. This is my favorite brand, so I go Royal Oak all day over
Well,
this.
the reason I say this was a blast from the past because when I was just getting into the business and these were all the hype, this was like
at $34,000.
This was like the watch to have. Like if you had this, you were the man.
You know how you're talking about. You always talk about the RM 1103 full gold as the gold medal. Like to me, that's the gold medal.
I mean, come on now.
More Rolex. Let's keep going.
Diet starts February 11th. Dude.
And yeah, but this is the Jubilee, so these are the newer ones. What are these at?
So these are over 20,000.
Okay, so the Jubilees, black dials. So it's white dial, black dial, blue dial.
In terms of market pricing,
Yeah.
of course, blue dial is always the most expensive.
And then
across
the
all
Jubilees is still more expensive than the Oysters?
brands. I think overall they are because it's a shorter production, right? They just came out with Jubilees, so naturally there's less selection out there. So yeah, Jubilees do tend to be more money.
Guys, I promise you I'm going to do one more Rolex, then we get into some other stuff, but I figured it's a good time to give an market update. Speaking of which, what was that black Jubilee at right about? 20,000 you said?
Yeah,
20,000.
which at the peak was around 27, 28 mark for a black.
Another deep sea,
Yeah.
not the James Cameron. What's the story with these?
Again, this is a watch that, you know, if you want to buy it, you can't get at your AD. Now is the perfect time because they are hovering right around that MSRP price.
Really? This is one of
Well,
those.
this is a 126 reference, right? So this is the newer bracelet and everything. But even a 116.
This is a 1-2 scratch reference. We'll need it. This is in
I mean,
dire.
it's kind of hard not
in
to
dire.
not scratch that, considering it sticks 2 feet above your wrist. You know. deep.
Where you going with this? It's deep. Oh, pun intended, right?
Pun intended.
It's deep. Let's get into some special things, and I'm gonna start with some RMs. First of all, I promise you guys a big ass Richard Mille that actually wears comfortably. Actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite RMs.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love the tonneau shape stuff, but the RM32 chronograph in titanium is a monster of a watch. Now, you guys just saw me wear the James Cameron or the Deep Sea, right? How ridiculous it looked and didn't fit.
Consider
This
also
thing
a
is
diver.
48 millimeters. Check this out. Here's the same watch on my wrist. Look, not a gap inside.
Yeah.
Wears extremely comfortable. Talk to me about, these are the pieces that I've always called them sleepers because they were you can get them pretty cheap when they first came out of the gate.
Yeah.
And they're still relatively inexpensive to other Richard Mille. So it's a good alternative instead of spending hundreds of thousands. What are we looking at here?
Sub $100,000.
Sub $100,000. And that's one of those things where, again, everybody wants a tonneau shape Richard Mille, but like the guy we went to see in Florida, he won't touch a tonneau shape. He only likes these. He only likes the round ones. He has probably every round one under the sun. How about
Listen, some of the newer versions are making like some of the new St. Bart's one with the teal. That watch is crazy, and it's bringing $200,000. So there are.
I like the World Time too, the 61.
We got the Aviation 3901. You got the
3901,
You got the 6001.
What do you got over there?
Oh, that's not the Richard Mille.
Rolex Daytona buying cake lately, and we've been trying to buy up as many discontinued Daytonas, exotic dial Daytonas, gemstone Daytonas, and this is probably sort of on the lower end of things in terms of pricing, because anytime you run into a gem set Daytona or a fancy dial, you know, it gets closer to 100 grand. And this is, again, one of those sleepers. A watch that was not really popular out of the gate, but we're talking about a diamond bezel, diamond dial black. I think the watch just looks clean, makes a point, and it's not too loud, right? And again, it's a watch you pick up in that on that $50,000 price range, which I think is great.
Bejeweled Daytonas, that's what I'm going for.
Is that what you're going for? Well,
Yeah.
you
60th anniversary of the Daytona.
Adrian, you spent $2.5 million in the last 2 weeks on Daytonas. Just keeping it in check. That's all. Big fan of Cartier. You guys know me and buying up Cartier, especially Cartier Collection Privé. Skeleton Pasha. Pasha being one of the most iconic watches out there as far as I'm concerned. Because when I was Marco's age, you had a Pasha on your wrist. Whoo! The Skeleton Pasha, the watch speaks for itself, right? They took a classic that hasn't changed in age. They did this for the Santos model. They did this for the tank.
Another one below, Santos or Pasha model skeleton.
No, now you're going back to like when I was a child.
What?
We're talking about like our jeweler Alex. He has a Santos from like
No, I'm
1972.
talking about the modern day Pasha skeleton or the Santos skeleton.
Different look. I feel like
I
this.
know, but
I think this is a little more refined.
Same brand, they're both skeletons. That's why I'm asking the question.
Well,
Clearly, one's a rectangle and one's a circle. Yes.
I would wear both.
Okay.
I have a couple of more watches left, but I want to introduce you to some new faces. Yeah. Nolan, give me that.
Are you gonna flip it?
Say what's up to the people, Nolan.
What's up to the people, Nolan?
That's funny. So Nolan started with us at Nina's department, and he's going to be joining us and doing a lot of mad social media stuff. Adrian, when we did the Gray Market Challenge, I won killers, not kittens.
Yeah, now we're going to Lions.
So we decided that it was time to beef up our jewelry department, and we didn't get a killer, we got a lioness, I feel like, right? So everybody meet Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, everyone.
Nicole is going to come join us on Unboxer real quick because she wanted to show us surprise Cartier. Give Nicole a follow for now on Gem Squad. This is our new jewelry lioness. She's going to be around for quite a bit. You're going to be seeing her face. Nicole, thank you, and welcome to the team.
Thank you. Yeah, and comment whatever you want to see more of. I'm down to show you whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to this old guy.
Yeah, so the 5065A, which a lot of people actually seem to prefer over the 5167A, it's got that more neo-vintage appeal to it. I believe it's a tritium dial. I'm not sure, I didn't inspect it, but at the price that we pay and the price that we're selling it for, it's almost irrelevant at this point. Was serviced, was unworn since service, has papers with it.
Did it get a new strap? Because
it's a brand new uncut strap too.
Yeah, because it just snapped in half.
Oh, that's great because I have another strap.
Okay, so we have a brand new strap. What happens with rubber straps is they tend to do this, right? They tend to crack when they dry out. When rubber dries out, this is what it does, right?
In my life.
It happens to old Pateks because this rubber is called caoutchouc, right? It's a specific rubber that actually seeps out of a tree somewhere in the Amazon. Oh, so they say. So, but it literally does this. And the reason I'm doing this, as you can imagine, is because I do have a brand new strap.
Watch the actual watch though. Like make sure you don't.
Like, if I snap the watch in half, I'm not Hercules. So I remember this watch.
Well, we have one here, so I'm not even gonna attempt it.
No, that one is new.
And a watch of this condition today is around 45K.
With a brand new uncut strap?
Well, now we have a brand new uncut strap. Like you can still see the service sticker on the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
2005 unit, great piece.
one of the things I wanted to show last is gem set watches, and that's another concentration that Nicole is going to take part in. That's ladies watches, gem set watches, because there are so many ways to dress things up. She talked about stacking. Oftentimes I see, this is actually a men's Richard Mille, this is an RM10, but how many ladies have I seen take an RM10 that's gem set, stack it with Cartier bracelets and so on and so forth. My heart goes because
every single woman that I've ever seen
around
wear
it.
a Richard Mille has
But
Cartier with them.
what's the market price on this now?
RM10 full pavés at $190,000.
And where did they really change much, right? The pave
I
stuff.
mean, it went up with everything else, but it's not one of those pieces that went to 500,000 and is now 250, right? It's just, they never really met that fate.
Last but not least, I know what these are because I saw that on the chat when they came in, and I'm super excited about that because this is actually, believe it or not, the first time I get my hands on this. You guys know I bought myself the new IWC AMG, Team AMG Petronas F1 watch. Well, IWC is a big time sponsor of the Mercedes Team F1, which I'm a huge fan of, and they came out with some pretty cool shit last year, and these are the two. So we have the Big Pilot, they call this the Sandstorm or the
Mohave.
Mohave, right? The Mohave Desert, and the coloring on this is absolutely
Very
insane.
cool.
Just like from the strap
So
to the
military,
case.
it's crazy.
It's like
Desert Storm.
I mean, look, IWC is synonymous for military watches, mainly pilot watches, right? But this is like again, if I go back 27 years to the military and I'm in the middle of the desert, this would be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And then this guy is called
IWC Lake Tahoe in all
The
white
Lake
ceramic.
Tahoe.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan overall of anything all white ceramic. I always have and always will be. I think it's such a fun watch, summer look. This is the first time I'm seeing this in
same
person.
thing. It's the first time I'm seeing this, and it's the first time I'm physically seeing that. So I was pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
It could use a wash.
Yeah, it's gonna, yeah.
You know, but you know what? Consider the fact that this is pre-owned and the way this looks, and again, you have the Spitfire Crown Day Date. I mean, this
Very
is
cool watch.
It's a super cool watch, and the look is absolutely tremendous. Now, you remember what Lewis Hamilton did? He wore 3 of them because they were talking to them about not allowing them to wear jewelry as they're racing. So as a sign of protest, he had 3 of these. He had like 2 on one wrist and 1 on another wrist, a bunch of necklaces on when he did an interview one time, and I think these 2 watches he had on. Tom Brady is another one, right? I mean, lots of big iconic names, lots of goats out there behind the brand, and I think IWC is heading in an extremely good directions with the ambassadors they've been picking lately, and hence the reason these things are selling.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and good luck trying to get one of these at a big discount.
If you go out there and try to look, try to get
Well,
a
brand new,
Lake
you're not
Tahoe,
getting them at a discount.
Yeah, well, like on call, we tried before, and it's just one of those things that we were able to pick up actually from an end user, and we have a second one actually coming from overseas.
I think I might hold on to this one for a minute, although it's not summertime, but if it snows, you know.
I might lose it.
Do love these IWCs, and I do love you guys joining us for these unboxings. Remember to follow Nicole. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We will see you on the next one.